Hey everyone!
Hi.
Sorry for our 3 minute late. Is it 3 minutes? 4 minutes? Oh, it just turned 4 minutes. Start. We were just double checking everything to make sure it all works, and it seems that it works. I hope. I hope you can see us.
I think so.
We're really excited to see you here over on my YouTube channel. Usually we are over on the Tunes Apply channel, but today we're doing just a regular concert with Chris and I. So we're over here, and we are in a new location. You might notice that the last time we did a concert, we were in New York City in our living room. And now we are at a secret location in Anchorage, Alaska.
Very top secret.
It's top secret.
Extremely
we can't reveal anything except we could reveal the neighborhood. And I don't even know if I know the neighborhood. Is it Turnagain? I think we're in Turnagain, Anchorage, Alaska. But we're really glad to be here. It took us a long time once we got up to Alaska to find a place where we could broadcast with high-speed internet. But we finally found that this past week, so we're excited to be here. So this concert is called Concerts for No One, Chapter 1. And it's a whole bunch of things that we have filmed in my favorite spots in the state of Alaska, which is my home state, over the last 6 weeks or so. Mm-hmm. I just want to say, first of all, that we realize that people are watching, so it is not now a concert for no one. It is a concert for you. And in some of the places where we performed these concerts for no one, we did have 1 or 2 audience members, and I got really worried that they got offended that we were calling it concerts for no one. So we're not saying that you are no one. I just want to make that clear. But the goal of the concerts was to go out into the wilderness and play in beautiful places, since we can't really do public concerts right now for safety reasons.
Right.
And we're going to showcase both tunes and also just gorgeous scenery and places around the state, because I love the state so much. And the other thing I wanted to say, just a little disclaimer, is, well, 2 disclaimers I thought of. One is, I know YouTube has a policy about saying if you've been, what is it? Product placement?
Yeah.
We haven't been paid to go to any of these places that we played at. In fact, we're really grateful to those places for allowing us to come and play at them. I just love my home state so much, and I want to show you all out there in internet land what it looks like, especially for those of you who can't travel, or maybe you were planning to come up to Alaska this summer. So this is a labor of love. And the second disclaimer is almost everything that we did, actually maybe everything that we did, was done in one shot. We just sat down and played for a camera. And so this is, we didn't use any special studio equipment or anything. We're out in the wild just playing for the camera. So it's not, I don't know, it's rough. It's raw.
Yeah.
It's raw like Alaska is sometimes out in the bush. So we hope you enjoy it anyways. Let's see, if you want extra information about us or what we're doing here, there's stuff down in the description. You can just click, I think it's see more or something in description. And there's lots of links to different things, like our website, which is Tune Supply. The website is tune.supply. And you can go over there for all sorts of stuff. Tunes. I'm not even gonna, Tunes kind of sums it up. There's lots of stuff over there. And also you can go check out my website. I'm embarrassed to even say it because it's like 5% done.
Well, I'll say it.
Okay, go for it.
You can check out Caitlin's website, which is caitlinwarbelow.com.
Yes, and there's not very much over there, but there's some stuff.
There's some.
And including links to my 2 CDs if you want to check those out. Let's see. Lastly is the link that's on Chris's head right here is where you can throw Are you getting out from under it?
No, I was supporting it.
Okay. Where you can throw a few bucks into our donor box link if you enjoy this and you would like to support us and music and continuing performance art during this time when we can't really perform.
Yep.
Which is a weird time in the world, but most of us musicians have been kind of forced online. There's some good things about that, but it's also strange and weird and hard to figure out how to make a living. So if you are able to and you like the music, you can throw a few bucks on Chris's head.
Yep.
Just throw it at the camera and it will just go through.
It works. It definitely works. One of the coolest things about performing online has been interacting with people in the chat, which, as we've discussed, like, it's not really a thing in regular in-person concerts. You know, you sit demurely and watch the concert. So,
and you have all these things in your head that you can't get out of your head, and now you can't. So
feel free to write us a message in the chat or interact with
Yes.
Whoever else may be watching.
Yes, and we've started doing this new thing on Tune Supply where basically I pick up cool things at the store, the Alaskan products that I like, and then we give them away on Tune Supply shows. And I have one today that we're going to do later. It requires you to be able to chat to us, though, because you have to put your answer to a silly contest into the chat. This does not require any knowledge about anything. It just requires a little bit of creativity and the use of the chat. So you can test it out now and make sure that it works. So you can participate in the little silly contest later on. Okay, I think that's all my starting things.
Great.
Do you have anything else that I forgot?
I don't think so.
Okay, great. So we're just going to get started off with a live set of tunes. This is happening in real life, so who knows what could happen. The other day we got bumped off of YouTube because...
Oh yeah, hopefully there's no massive... I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a worldwide Google outage.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of our last live stream on Thursday on Tune Supply.
Yeah.
So that created a little hiccup. So
and we thought it was our fault, but apparently it was the whole world.
Google servers everywhere.
Yeah, so hopefully that won't happen. If it does, stay here because we did figure out how to get ourselves back on last time, but hopefully that won't happen. Okay, so we're going to get started off with a set of tunes, which is actually on one of my CDs, one of my favorite sets. It consists of the Melik Team, which I used to call the Hungry Rocks, and that's not correct. It's called the Melik Team.
Oh, that's not even like an alternate title? Or?
Well, okay, this is a matter of debate, actually, because I've been chatting with Mimi Chapin up in Fairbanks, and she was telling me that the Hungry Rocks is a very similar tune. In other words, I need to look more into this, but the name of the tune is the Melik Team, and it was written by Eddie Kelly. And then we'll go into the Gallow Glass, followed by Humors of Drina. Let me just check my tuning real quick. Great. My shoulder rest came off during that. That's a good start to the show. Awesome. I realized as you were playing there that Avocado, who's our pet dinosaur over there, was obscuring your left hand.
Oh no!
And I know that people like to watch your hands because
Well,
they're so
I can
amazing.
move Avocado for the next
Well,
time.
maybe we can show people Avocado's mask.
Yeah, this is nice. This is a gift from Ruby Hoy.
Yep. And she made masks for us that match Avocado's mask as well. And for those of you who are like, why do you have a stuffed dinosaur? It's so strange, but Avocado, this dinosaur here, has become a mascot for Toon Supply.
Yes.
Which, if you had told me a year ago that we would, one, be online, like performing online, and two, that we would have a pet stuffed dinosaur who was a mascot for a business, I would have said, go jump off a cliff.
Yes.
But yeah, that's Avocado, and I know
special thanks to Ruby for those masks.
And I know there's some Avocado fans out there, so Avocado says hello.
Actually, when Avocado's on the piano here, she does a nice dance when playing because it's sort of
I saw that. That's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna get started here with some of our footage from all over Alaska. Actually, there's a whole bunch of places we're gonna showcase.
I thought you said Oliver.
Oliver, Alaska.
Like
that's a place.
Yeah.
That would be a great place name, actually. All over the state of Alaska, which is a good. It's a good place, yes, but it's a really big state. The first place that we traveled to record some tunes, I think it was the first place.
Yep.
Yeah. Is a lodge in Denali called Tonglen Lake Lodge. This lodge is run by one of the most amazing people and businesswomen who I know, Donna Gates. She has been an inspiration for me, and I want to be like her when I grow up. She has a place that's just south of the border of Denali National Park on the Parks Highway. And I've gone there many times over the last 10 years or so to perform in a gorgeous lodge building that she has there. Now, this year, her place was not open to the public, and we didn't do our normal concert there. So she was very kind to let Chris and I come and play for just her and her friend Chris, who's also a friend of mine. Let's see, that would have been in August, right?
I think
mid-August.
Yeah.
So before we do that, I'm going to show you some pictures because Donna is famous for being very, very good at training dogs.
Yep.
And this is one of the things that I love to do when I go to Tonglen Lake is see and interact and pet her dogs. So we've got a few pictures here. So this was happening right as we arrived. These puppies were born, I think 10 days, right? 10 days before we arrived. That's the mom rum on the right-hand side there, and there are 6 babies. And here we are holding them. You can see the look of joy, pure joy on my face. The feeling of having a bunch of baby puppies on your lap is, I don't know, it's the best thing ever. So there's Chris with the joyous look. This was the little cabin that we stayed in. And the dog here at the bottom loves to fetch sticks. Now, she is not allowed to fetch sticks unless Donna has thrown them, but she likes to try to convince people. And she convinced Chris once.
Yep.
Once to throw a stick, and now she will not let Chris go. So you can see what's happening here. She has brought Chris a stick to the bottom step, and over the next half an hour, she moved the stick up step by step until she got the stick up to the door. And then she eventually brought the stick and dropped it inside the door. And the problem with that is then you can't move it. If you move the stick at all, she counts that as a throw.
It counts.
So we had to do some trickery to get the stick out of the cabin. So that's her on the left. And then you can see that she has a stick in her mouth there. And what she's doing is another trick she has. And I think I put a picture of this second trick in. She puts the stick on your jacket or on your lap. And the only way to get it off, obviously, is to remove it. And that counts as a throw.
Right.
If you move it at all, it counts as a throw. So she's waiting for me to brush that stick off. They're just incredibly smart dogs.
Yeah, super smart.
And Donna is such an amazing trainer and handler.
Yeah.
We really enjoy seeing them. Okay, so on that note, we are going to play you virtually from the past a couple of tunes from inside the lodge building at Tonglen Lake Lodge. Enjoy. Okay, hello everyone. This is our first stop on our Concerts for No One tour of Alaska. And we're at one of my favorite places to play Tonglen Lake Lodge in Denali. And we actually, I have to say that we're not actually playing for no one right now. We have two of my favorite folks in the audience here, Chris Capps and Donna Gates, and they are listening and giving us an audience, which is unusual for us to actually have an audience these days. So this is very special. And we also have an audience of beautiful dogs that are looking at us through the window, which is really nice. I'm not sure how much you can see through the windows, but it's we're looking out onto a gorgeous scenery here. Even though it's a little cloudy today, it's still amazing, and we're so grateful to you guys for listening today. Let's see. Let's play a waltz called Sunday River. This is another one I learned in the contra dance scene in Fairbanks growing up, but it's actually written about a river in Maine, the Sunday River. And after that, we'll go into a tune by my friend Colin Farrell. I actually don't know the name of it. Oh, there's our resident dogs. Yes. That's good. Little soundtrack. This is called, actually, this one's called, no, I don't know the name of this one.
Yeah.
The other one's called
I've always just known it as Colin Farrell's
F major.
F major.
Yeah, okay, so Colin Farrell's F major. And then we'll end off with another favorite of mine called The Portal of the Kelp. Okay. 1, 2. Woo! I liked that woo.
Yeah.
It sounded like the ghost that we think might be living in our secret base in Anchorage, actually.
There is a ghost. Yeah.
The ghost likes to turn the water on at odd moments.
Yeah.
So far, that's all the ghost has done.
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything else?
No, just the water.
Just the water.
Well, occasionally I'll notice like a door open that I didn't think I left open. I haven't told you this.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a little scary. Okay, I like ghosts though. And in fact, in one of the locations where we're going to play a little bit later in McCarthy, there is actually a resident ghost who lives in one of the rooms in the lodge. And I've stayed in that room actually to see if I could maybe interact with the ghost, but it didn't work, unfortunately. All right, so I just have 3 more pictures from Tonglen Lake where we just were. Dogs are not the only animal that lives at Tonglen Lake. It's right in the middle of a lot of wilderness, so there's all sorts of animals, including bears. I've never seen a bear at Tonglen Lake, but Donna tells me they're around. And the thing that I have seen is moose. This is a baby moose that was out in front of the garage. This is from a different year when I had to wake up really early, 5 a.m. or something, to take you back to the airport.
Take me to the airport.
Yeah, and the baby moose was out in front of the garage. Look how cute that is. And then this is a different baby moose on a different occasion with its mom out just past the field in front of Tonglen Lake. And here's what the lodge looks like. Gorgeous place. One of my favorite spots. And actually, Donna has the dog training equipment set up there over on the left-hand side.
Cool.
Okay, so we're going to travel on now to our next location. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. Let me see. I didn't test this. Oh, it works pretty well over here. Okay.
It's actually much better.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Alaska. It's really big, you can see. And it does not exist down by Hawaii. Like, many people think that Alaska is an island that's about this big and it lives near Hawaii, because that's how our maps. Right. It's actually connected to Canada. And so I'm from Fairbanks, which is right in the middle here. And it's a little hard to see because this map is small, but there aren't very many roads in Alaska, actually. No. The main roads are a triangle that goes from Fairbanks to Anchorage over to Tok. You could maybe count that a major road, I don't know, and back up to Fairbanks. And so we've driven all of these roads, actually, in the last couple of weeks filming. So the place that you just saw was in Denali. Denali is in this green area right here. That was on the road system, and we're next going to travel down to Anchorage and then back up to an area called Glacier View, which is in front of the Matanuska Glacier. I just read that it's the largest glacier that you can access on the road system in America.
In America, yeah.
It's pretty cool because you can just drive your car down a road and then just walk maybe less than a mile.
20 minutes, if that. Yeah.
And you can get right up on the glacier. It's pretty cool. But there's a lodge there called Sheep Mountain Lodge, which I have never heard of or stayed at. We were looking for a place to stay. Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
It's spectacular.
So we filmed a few sets there. We weren't really intending to film anything there, but
it was just supposed to be like a stop on the way to somewhere else. But it turned out to be beautiful and great food and gorgeous place. So we're actually going to show a few things here. The first one is in the greenhouse, right? And we have a special guest who's standing behind us in the greenhouse, who you'll see. And then out in front, there's this gorgeous little helicopter, which you can see when you drive in. And so I played a tune in front of the helicopter, and then we actually went in the helicopter with the owner of the lodge, Mark, and he took us on a journey around the mountains and over the Matanuska Glacier. So we're going to show all of that to you all at one go. All right.
Here we go.
Enjoy.
We are here at Sheep Mountain Lodge, sitting in their gorgeous greenhouse. We have been used to cold temperatures, so we're wearing these sweaters. And in this greenhouse here, it's warm and humid, and it smells gorgeous, which is a real treat in Alaska in the fall, the near fall. I guess August is getting to fall. So we're going to play a few tunes here, 3 jigs. The first one is called the Cordal Jig. It's a favorite of Chris's, right? And the second one is Maids of Selma, which is a favorite of mine and yours.
Yep.
And the last one is a common one called Out on the Ocean, but we're going to play it in A major, which I like better than its normal key of G major. Okay, and this is our friend behind us, a moose, and we don't know the name of the moose, actually.
No.
But it's really light-colored moose. It's lighter than normal.
We thought maybe it was albino, but I'm not sure.
It's very interesting. I'm not sure what the story is. We'll try to get the story on the moose there. But enjoy our friend, what should we call him? Ned.
Ned, great.
Enjoy our friend Ned while we play some jigs here. 1, 2, 3, 4. like it, Dad? It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
I think you liked it.
All right.
Woo! That was so much fun to go in the helicopter. I'm like
cool.
40% scared of helicopters.
Yeah.
Even though I come from an aviation family.
They're scary?
They're scary. Yeah, my family mostly flew small airplanes and not so much helicopters. And helicopters don't make a lot of sense to me, like in terms of physics.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong, they go down.
Yes.
But it was fun. I wanted to have a helicopter after we went on that trip.
Yeah. We should probably start with learning how to fly
fixed
wing aircraft, but
yeah. So we actually traveled back through Sheep Mountain Lodge a few weeks after we took that footage and stopped in to have a bite and saw Mark, the owner and the pilot there, and we're already planning to have a concert on top of mountain next summer, ferrying maybe 10 people up and doing a concert on a ridge line, which I'm really excited to organize. Okay, so we have a a few pictures. Actually, before we do that, I saw that Richard Walker said something that I've been thinking a lot about in Alaska, which is he said, interesting seeing the land just the way it was formed. And the cool thing about flying anywhere, but especially in Alaska where there's not very much human changing of the landscape, is that it feels to me, it always has felt to me like you can see time from above. Like you can see how the land became the way it was and the way the rivers kind of formed things, or the glaciers formed the sides of the mountains. It's cool. It's really cool. So I agree with you, Richard. Okay, so we have a few pictures from Sheep Mountain and environs. This was the this was the greenhouse that we were playing in, and you can see the scenery is just really gorgeous. This is Avocado sitting on the porch of the cabin that we stayed in, enjoying the view. This is a bear. We didn't name this bear.
No.
This bear was inside of the lodge, and he or she is being very careful with safety and wearing stylish. A mask. And stylish with the mustache mask. This is me being a little bit terrified riding around the helicopter. But it was pretty fun. And that's Chris on the left, and Mark, the pilot and owner of the lodge, approaching the glacier. And then I just wanted to show you some pictures. We did go and get on the glacier, and we took some footage from on the glacier, but the footage that we took was, let's see, my hair was going crazy. I'll just say that. My hair was going crazy, as you can see here. So that's a picture of the glacier. We don't need to see any more of that because my hair was a mess. And there's my violin on the glacier. And if you ever get a chance to come up, it's super simple to get there. I mean, it's nothing about Alaska is simple, but in terms of places you can go in Alaska, it's pretty easy. It's just about a 2-hour drive north of Anchorage, and then a drive down a really bumpy dirt road, across a few scary bridges, and there you are at the glacier. Okay, so we're going to play another set for you live here. What do we have? Oh yeah, this first tune has a really funny name. It's called The Night Before Larry Was Stretched. I don't know what it means, but it sounds painful. And then the second tune is one called Highway to Kilkenny. This is one that I learned when I was playing with Cherish the Ladies for a few tours, and it has now become a Mario's favorite. And then we'll go back into Larry at the end. slipjigs. Some of my favorites, especially on a day like today in Anchorage. It's looking a little kind of dreary outside.
Perfect for a minor slipjig.
Perfect for minor slipjigs. I'm feeling a little tired, just a little bit. If you're over on the East Coast, we are 4 hours earlier than you. So anytime we do these broadcasts, we have to like get up a little bit earlier than we usually do.
Not really early, but...
Not really early by anybody else's standards, but we in the dinosaur household, as we call ourselves, tend to be a little bit like late working, late rising. Yeah. So anyways, I hope you liked those. You know, I was thinking during the helicopter set that we have done 2 of these concerts on my YouTube channel. We've done 40-something broadcasts over on the Tune Supply channel, and it feels really normal to do that. But we've only done 2 actual concerts. This is the 3rd. And for some reason, even though we've been doing this since frickin' March, I'm feeling like a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Are you?
A little bit, yeah.
So strange. Like we live our performance lives online now, and it still feels a little strange to be talking to the camera. So thank you all for watching and listening to our antics as usual. And okay, where are we going next?
Kennecott, I think,
yes. Right? McCarthy Kennecott. Okay, so I won't get out my map because I'll have to put my violin down. But so we traveled down the Parks Highway to Anchorage, up the Glen Highway. Sometimes I forget the names of the highways. And we're going to now travel a little bit farther up and go into, what's the name of the park?
The Wrangell St. Elias National Park.
Which is, we learned, the first largest.
The largest.
The first largest national park in the U.S. I said on the broadcast the other day that it was the second largest, and I was corrected by Lucy Tyrell, who used to live in Denali. It is the largest national park in the country. And there's only 2 roads into it, really. The McCarthy Road, which we are going to show you in a moment, and the Nabesno Road, which I've never been on. So McCarthy is a place that exists because there was a huge copper strike there. And for some time it was, I believe, the largest town, well, McCarthy and Kennecott, which are very close, the largest town in Alaska, because so many miners were there looking for copper in the mountains. And when the copper kind of ran out, and I believe the copper prices also fell, it was abandoned. And since then, few people stuck around in McCarthy, not so many in Kennecott. And you can travel there today, but it's really difficult to get to. So you're going to travel either from Fairbanks or Anchorage. Either way you go, it's many hours on the road.
Right.
And then you get to Chitna, which is a tiny town where the McCarthy Road starts. And then you travel, depending on how good or bad the road is, between 2 and 3 or more hours. The road is only 90 miles, but it does take that long because you really can't go faster than 30.
It's actually only 60.
Oh, sorry, 60.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of...
Eagle Road.
The Eagle Road, yeah. 60 miles. Yeah. Sorry, thank you. And it's pretty bumpy. And when we went in there, the road was not in great shape, so it took us a really long time. When you get to the end of the road, then you park your car in a parking lot. You're not even there yet. You got to then walk in over 2 more bridges to get to the town. So you can't even drive your car all the way. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But one of my favorite places to visit, you can do a lot of outdoor stuff and also explore the old mines. And actually, I don't know if you can see it, but I put on my copper nuggets from McCarthy in my earrings here. So let's see. We have some pictures, right?
Yeah, we do.
So this first picture is one of the old railroad bridges that's on the drive out. The road is actually the old railroad site. They've taken out all the railroad parts except for these 2 bridges. This one obviously is not workable. Right. It's in the process of falling down. This is the sign that meets you when you start driving on the McCarthy Road, and my favorite part is watch out for loose railroad spikes, which sometimes pop up as they're grading the road and poke your tires, which happened to me the first time I drove in. This is a picture from last year. This is the walk that I mentioned when you get to the end of the road and you walk the mile in. You get to go over some beautiful scenery there. And then when you get there, the town looks like it looked when it was abandoned a long time ago.
I think it's a Model A.
Yes, and that's Ma Johnson's hotel, which was owned by Neil Darish, and he's a great supporter of the arts and was so kind as to invite us out to play this summer and many other summers as well. And we did do a concert in front of the hotel, which is on the right there, and then just look right there in front is the McCarthy Saloon. Excellent place to have some drinks. And then this is the actual mine, the Kennecott Copper Mine mill building. So they collected the copper up in those hills in a couple of different mines, brought it down on trams to this building, processed it, and then sent it out on the railroad. Nobody lives year-round in Kennecott anymore, I think. They're mostly down in McCarthy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have just a quick little snippet from the trestle bridge, which is the railroad bridge going into the mill that you just saw there. It's very quick because we were told that we really weren't supposed to be filming anything. Yeah. So we had to kind of do it like that, and then get out of there before the National Park Service came to get us. So we'll show that first, and then we will go into some footage that we took on the Root Glacier, which is even farther up the trail. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, a little snippet of trivia. Yeah, I think you know this. My band, which is now called Warbler Range, for many years it was called Prankhorn.
Yep.
And the name Prankhorn actually came from a trip that we took to McCarthy a number of years ago. We played, it wasn't actually a gig, we just had our instruments and we brought them into the saloon and played some tunes. And then we were asked back the next night, and somebody wrote the name of our band on a whiteboard, and I don't remember what we told them the name was. It was something. It wasn't Prankhorn. It was something else.
You just made up something on the spot.
We made up
right?
something on the spot, and then somebody came and wiped out some of the parts of the letters on the whiteboard and turned it into Prankhorn. And for the life of me, I can't remember what the original name was, but Prankhorn, which is what it was turned into, stuck, and that was our working name of our band for many years until we got a real name, which is Warbler Range.
Cool.
So, okay. On that note, here's some footage from
Enjoy.
McCarthy. Okay, we have walked up the trail, which used to be a railroad bed, from Kennecott up to the Root Glacier. When Kennecott was operating at full speed, this part of the glacier was way far down there. It was down at Kennecott, but now it's 1.5 miles up from there. And this is the bottom of the access point for doing outdoor activities and adventures on the glacier. You can also see a huge ice fall back here Even from here, it looks big. When you get up next to it, it is extremely big. And there's lots of ice climbing and various other cool things that happen here. You might see some folks passing by. So we are going to play just 2 tunes here. The first one is called Goodbye to Ireland, although I've always called it John Redmond's because I learned it from John Redmond. And the second one is a classic called Drowsy Maggie, in honor of the dog we met last night named Maggie, who is part Corgi
and
part
husky.
Husky.
Yep.
It's quite a mix. Okay, here we go. 3, 4.
What?
Dorks.
Yeah.
Those are some dorks.
That was a fun set.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed playing on the glacier. You'd think it would be cold, but we were actually quite warm.
No,
the
yeah.
sun reflects up off the ice and gets you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to wear sunscreen on the glacier.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you can get sunburned really easily. And we passed some women who are coming back from a glacier adventure, and they had on the glacier goggles, which I love. They're round, and then they have the sides so that no light gets in. It can be quite warm on the glacier. And in fact, I don't know if I told you this a few years ago, I took a bunch of Irish musicians up, and we were doing some climbing on the glacier, and there are these big blue pools that are just gorgeous. The ones that don't go down into the bowels of the glacier. And all the boys, well, I guess I was the only girl, so everyone else besides me took their clothes off and got into the water, and it was not warm in the water. It was not warm. They were very, very cold. Good times. I have a picture of that, but I'm not going to show it.
Yeah, okay. We do have some pictures.
We do have some pictures. Let's see what we've got here.
Oh yeah, that's me hiking out to the glacier with my accordion on my front and my backpack on my back and my bear spray on my waist, and it looks like also a snack in my hand.
Perfect, everything you need for a glacier hike. And that's the glacier. The white part there is the glacier, but the brown part on the left is also the glacier. That's part of the glacier that's covered in rocks.
Right.
This is me. This is not on this trip, but this is something you can do on the glacier. You can go ice climbing, and that's me going down into a crevasse, which was pretty scary. There's raging water down there. Who knows how far down? And it does not feel like you should be doing that as a human. You have to use all the fibers of your being to propel yourself down. This is a really cool picture of going into a cave under the glacier. And my favorite part of this is those rocks that are stuck in the ice in the ceiling. They've been stuck in there for who knows how long, and they are just waiting to melt out. So you have to be careful that they don't melt out on your head.
Those are old rocks.
When you're doing that. Yep. And this is actually a picture from that trip where I took up some Irish musicians. You can see Kyle Santa and Dan Lowry there. And we're getting ready to go climbing. Now, I put this picture on because the scale is weird. You can see some dots. Right kind of in the center on the ice. Those are people. Yeah. The glacier is humongous. And you can see the striations of the rocks stuck in the glacier as well.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's cool. And again, that glacier, it's a little harder to access, but it's still pretty easy to go. And you can get onto that first part just in tennis shoes. Well, you probably should have hiking shoes on, but you can get up on the side without any special gear, which is great. There were even dogs up there. We didn't put a picture of the glacier dog.
No, there was a great glacier dog.
There was a great glacier dog. Okay, so we have to come to the point where we're going to attempt to do the contest. And we've been doing this on the session, and it's worked pretty well. We're going to do a simplified version because I went way too crazy with the rules of the contest on the session. This one's going to be really easy. Great. So basically what happens is I grab up things from stores, local products that I want to try myself, and then I give them away on the internet. And we paid for these with our own money. This is not product placement.
Not product placement.
We just, or I should say, at least I love all the local industry here. So the thing I selected for today is called Spit Salt. Now that sounds gross, but let me explain. It's from the Alaska Salt Company, and the spit in question refers to the Homer spit, which is a piece of land, really thin piece of land. I really don't understand how it's there at all. It's a natural thing, and it comes out into the water from the town of Homer. And that's what spit refers to. So there's no actual human or animal spit in this. And it is birch syrup flavored. So people make syrup out of the birch trees here instead of maple syrup because we don't have maple trees up here. And hand harvested Alaskan sea salt. Okay, so there it is. Oh, there's a picture of the Homer spit over here. So if you get it, you can see.
Oh, cool.
It's so thin. I don't really understand how it works. Okay, so here's the contest. This requires you to be able to use the chat.
Right.
Okay, so hopefully whoever wants to enter has access to the chat. So I haven't told Chris what the contest is.
You never do.
No, because then I can see your reaction. Okay, so this just requires creativity. That's all. So the question is, if you were going to make up the name of a town in Alaska, what would it be? Like, let's say that you discovered copper somewhere, or gold, or diamonds. Oh, there's a little squirrel out there.
Oh,
it's quite cute. Okay, so you discovered something out in the wilds of Alaska, and there's going to be a town there because everybody's going to come to check out whatever you discovered. So let me tell you the names of some other towns in Alaska. The reason I thought of this question is because there's some weird name towns here. Okay, so I'm going to read you the ones. These are just the ones that I thought of just off the top of my head. You can add some if you think of any. Okay, Chicken.
Yeah.
Eagle. Toke. Dead Horse. There's two towns called Long and Flat in different areas.
That's great.
Poor Man.
Yeah.
Which is probably what happens to your town once the gold runs out. Beaver.
Good.
There's some ones that are native language-based town names, but I like the sound of the towns. For example, Neck Neck is my favorite of the percussiveness and everything. Neck Neck. And then there's towns that seem like they should be pronounced about the same, but aren't.
Right.
For example, Tanana and Nenana. Seems like they should either both be pronounced Tanana and Ninana or Tanana and Ninana.
Right.
But they aren't.
Right.
So those are some that I thought of. Are there any others that you've come across?
King Salmon is a good one.
King Salmon, that's a good one.
I like, there's a town called Unalaska.
I was just going to say, Unalaska, yes.
Unalaska, Alaska.
Unalaska, Alaska,
and is there also an Unalaska, Wisconsin?
Yes, there is, which is near where my relatives are from. Yeah. Which is actually, it is where some of them are from. Right. Okay, so the question is, you discovered something. You could tell us what you discovered also. in Alaska, and you're going to create a town name, and it can be funny or scientific or named after an animal or have interesting sound pronunciation or whatever it is. This is not a scientific thing in itself, so you can say whatever you want. And during this next segment, we are going to decide who wins the spit salt. And the other thing you have to be able to do to enter this is you have to be able to send us an email and tell us your mailing address, because otherwise we cannot get your spit salt to you. And we'll discuss that in a second. But go ahead and write your contest submissions into the chat. And meanwhile, we are going to go over, we've got 2 more places to visit on this concert. And the first one is called the Kennecott River Lodge.
Great.
Do you want to tell them about it?
It's across the river from the main town of McCarthy. So this is before you have gone on the footbridge. And it's owned by this guy, Brad Grossweiler. He's got, I think, 10 cabins and a hostel there. It's gorgeous scenery right out overlooking the glacier. He calls it his front porch.
Yeah. He said, do you want to come play on my porch? And it's just some gravel in front of this spectacular view, which you're going to see.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy.
Okay. Hey there. We are at Kennecott River Lodge. Brad Grossweiler was kind enough to let us sit here on his front porch, so to speak, and he has this amazing view of the Stairway Ice Fall. That's the big ice thing you see there in the back, and the Root Glacier down here, and actually all of this brown stuff here is ice underneath a layer of rock. And across the way you can see Kennecott Mine. It's quite small here, but it's kind of right behind me. And that's where we played some tunes yesterday on the Trestle Bridge. So the way that McCarthy and Kennecott work is you drive in on this 60-mile dirt road, lots of potholes and excitement, and you come to a bridge right here. The bridge is only for people though, so you park your car and you walk across the bridge to get to McCarthy and Kennecott. It's a very unique sort of setup. And on this side of the bridge, this is the road side, and there's a lot of places to stay over here, and then there's a couple of places to stay across the river. And the sound you hear is a small airplane right there, common sound here in Alaska. We are going to play 2 tunes to get started off. The first one is called Jimmy Ward's, and the second one is a fair wind. That's a nice one for today. We have like a slight breeze.
Faint fair wind.
It's keeping the bugs and the bees away, which is nice. And it's actually like legitimately nice and warm right now, despite my hat, which is hiding my camping hair.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 3 times each?
Sure.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. honestly, like there's a nice acoustics to it. Thank you. We actually have one audience member.
Yeah.
Right now, these are mostly concerts for no one that we're doing, but we have Brad who's kindly watching us, and we had a beautiful Bernese mountain dog for a little bit back in the background. Yeah. Okay, on to the next spot.
Wow.
Okay.
Great submissions. Excellent.
Everyone. Yeah. We can't choose actually, so we're actually going to add a second prize in here, which I'm going to tell you in a minute. But let's talk about the ones that we like the best here. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Diane Millen, who is a friend of mine and fellow fiddle player in Manhattan, has suggested Muscat.
Excellent.
Which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else do you like?
I liked Look a Squirrel.
Look a Squirrel.
Alaska.
Is pretty good. So that's from Gail Accardi.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have? I like Crazy Alaska and Frozen Alaska.
Frozen, yeah.
From Jerry. Those are both from Jerry Roberts. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's so many good ones. Drowsy Moosey is pretty good from Peter Kaysen, but Peter Kaysen has submitted great names for Tunes of Fly. For all of them, yeah. Okay, Gail Accardi also submitted Minor Key, but we've decided that if that was a city name, it would be pronounced Menorca.
Menorca, Alaska.
Menorca, Alaska. Yep. That's pretty good. Okay, Peter Rahill says, "Don't ask me Alaska." I mean, that's pretty clever.
Pretty creative.
I have to say, that's pretty clever.
Well done, Peter.
Don't ask me Alaska. That's good. Okay, any other last minute ones here? Okay, those are my top choices. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can each choose one, because I did add a second prize here, and it is also from the Alaska Salt Company, and it is face scrub with wild rose petals. I don't know if you guys have used salt or sugar face scrubs, but they are really nice. And you can eat them if you're hungry in the shower. Yep. Maybe not the salt one. I don't know. But anyway, so that's going to be the second prize is the face scrub, and the first prize is the spit salt. Okay. What do you want to choose?
Well, I think you should choose.
Maybe they're equal prizes. They're not first and second.
Yeah.
We're just going to each pick one. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to choose, it's got to be Look a Squirrel.
I like Look a Squirrel.
It doesn't have anything to do with anything we're talking about, but it's good.
So Gail is winner number 1.
Okay, Gail's winner number 1, and what do you choose for number 2?
I'm not sure.
They're all
so
quite good ones.
Yeah.
Okay, give us 1 second here.
Okay, Muscat.
That was going to be my second choice.
Muscat.
Okay,
so Diane.
We're in agreement on the top 2. Muscat from Diane and Look a Squirrel from Gail. So both of you, please send me your addresses. I probably actually have both of your addresses, but send them to tunes@tune.supply. There's no .com, and we will get your prizes in the mail. If you have a preference between those 2 prizes, let me know. Don't fight about it. Okay, great. So we have a couple of pictures here relating to McCarthy. Specifically, McCarthy is known for its dog culture. Now, if you've never been to McCarthy, you might not understand what I'm talking about. But dogs run McCarthy. And all of the dogs are free-range dogs. And they create a dog society which operates just on its own rules. And there's always one dog that's in charge, and that is the lodge dog. Right now, the lodge dog is named Kimmy, and she is a sled dog who didn't want to go to sled dog school, and so now she runs the town McCarthy. There she is in her bed, so to speak, which is a chair in the lodge, and you can see she has very long legs. And there are lots of other dogs around. You don't have to be a full-time dog. You can be a visitor dog, and still you're invited to the party. This is a dog that I met last year. He needs doggles, sun doggles. And here is a wiener dog who was in McCarthy. So you don't have to be like a big Alaska dog.
No, all dogs are welcome there.
All dogs are welcome. And this is actually not in McCarthy, but I wanted to include this picture because it is an example of a big Alaskan Malamute. And that's my mom. So it's my mom for scale.
Right. Because
this dog is so big. We met this dog at a different roadhouse on a trip last year. He was greeting all the cars. This is a dog that I met in Tok, Alaska last year. Can't remember his name. And let's see. Okay, and back to McCarthy. This was the previous lodge dog, and this is my favorite dog probably in my whole life. named Dynamite. Dynamite was a retired lead sled dog, and she ran McCarthy for the first many, many years I went there, and unfortunately she's passed away, but she has been succeeded by Kimmy. So there are some of the dogs. If you come to McCarthy and you have a dog, you will be encouraged to let your dog off the leash so it can learn to be I was going to say a real dog. All the dogs are real dogs, but like, what's the word? A dog
to return to its natural roots.
To return to its natural roots, and it's pretty cool to watch what happens when all the dogs get together in McCarthy. The interesting thing, which is bad for me, is they're not interested in humans at all.
Right. They have their own meetings and business to attend to, so they don't actually seek out attention very much.
No, maybe if you have some food, they might stop by for a bite, but they go away right away. You're not even allowed to get a pet in. Right. They are on their own. It's very, very cool. And I want to say real quick, again, thanks to Neil Darish for inviting us to come to McCarthy and play and do the concert, which is like the only concert we've done since Broadway shut down with an actual audience. It's just spectacular, and Neil's, as I mentioned, a great supporter of the arts, so thank you, Neil. Okay, we're going to do another set live. All right. So this set consists of 2 tunes that I wrote. The first one is called Landin' in the Forest, and the second one is called 5 Flights. I wrote 5 Flights for Miriam Buell. I don't know if she's watching today. I play that all the time. Landin' in the Forest, we don't play very often.
No. Why not, Caitlin?
Well, whoever wrote it made it really hard. It's really hard to play, hard. And so we don't play it very often, but I feel bad because I wrote a tune for each of my nephews, for Landon and Luca. I play Luca's tune all of the time, Luca at the Beehive. Right. I don't play Landon's tune very often because it's so hard. So I'm making an effort to try to play it a little bit more, and who knows what will happen here. It's a little difficult.
We'll try it a little slower.
Yeah, we're going to try it. It's going to be like a slow jaunt through the forest. So I hope you enjoyed these. Okay. Okay, we got to keep practicing that one. Something bad happened during the tune, which sometimes happens to violinists. It actually happened to me twice already in the concert. My shoulder rest started falling off. So when that happens, you have to start doing this balancing act to keep your violin up at the same time you're playing.
Right.
And it involves like pushing up and pushing in like this. And it was too much. It was too much to do with Luca in the forest. Okay, Luca, if you're watching, we will keep playing that, keep practicing it. It's a fun tune, but it's tough. It's really tough. Okay, so let's see. What do we have next? We have one more place that we're going to visit, and that is Black Rapids Lodge, or I guess the name is the Lodge at Black Rapids. This is a newer lodge that is between Paxson and Fairbanks. I say the place that it's between because there's nothing else in the area. It's just it's a lodge on the road in a really beautiful area. And we first went, 3 years ago. Yep. And just loved the vibe in the lodge. It's just a really calm place, and it's run by Annie Hopper. And Annie herself is also a singer. And a songwriter. Yes. And when we asked to come play some tunes, she was excited, and we were excited to be there. And so we asked if she wanted to do a little collaboration. Yep. And she did. So we're actually going to start with that, and she's going to be our guest artist, so to speak, on this last set. Let me make sure I'm saying everything. Oh, there's another guest on that set. Yes. There happened to be another musician at the lodge the weekend that we were there. They had just finished up a yoga retreat, I think. I hope I'm saying her name right. Her name is Karnamrita Desi.
I believe
she does Indian style singing. So it was really cool to collaborate with Annie on her kind of American singer-songwriter stuff. We're doing Irish, and Sky was also the name of Kamanrita. She was doing some Indian vocals as well. Okay. So we'll start off with that, and then we'll go into 2 other sets from Black Rapids. Enjoy. Okay.
We're here at the Lodge at Black Rapids in Alaska, out on the Richardson Highway, long ways from a lot of places. And a lot of folks are very happy that when they have accidents or problems on the side of the road, our truckers respond. And this is a song about the truckers on the Richardson Highway, especially the ones saving America right now, written for a rescue of several people out here. So. It was a cold, dark night on the side of the road in the eastern Alaska range. Winter set in and the roads were slick and it was blowing sideways. He was hauling his load north and south like he did every day. Wasn't looking for trouble, trouble found him out on that December night, a man walking on the side of the road flagged him down and he climbed on in. He just wanted to get more. He said, "Hey there, bud, what you doing out here all lost and all alone?" He said, "An avalanche took my dog and friend. I just wanna go home." He was a captain of the Richardson, 48 tons of steel. Quiet man with a country heart, an angel all behind the wheel. He won't soon forget all those flashing lights. Saw the moose on the side of the road and the family huddled aside. So he pulled his rig on the side of the road and he walked him up the hill. Open sign, it burned so bright, Black Rapids took him in. He was a captain of the Richardson, 48 tons of steel. White man with a country heart, an angel all behind the wheel. He was a captain of the Richardson, 48 tons of steel. White man with a country heart, an angel all behind the wheel. He was a quiet man with a country heart, an angel all behind the wheel. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a tune now that is not Irish. This is a klezmer tune that I learned off of a CD growing up in Fairbanks. The name of the band is Kayla, Flexor, and Third Ear. It's always been one of my favorites, but I've never found somebody to play it with because it has a lot of strange chords in it. And Chris is the second person. Actually, James Yoshizawa played it with me, but you're the second person to figure out the chords on it. So this is called the Joe and Rose Waltz. So we're going to start off here with a few tunes. The first one is one that I wrote. It's called The Heathbald. The Heathbald is a type of landscape that you can find in North Carolina, and I wrote it one summer when I was performing at the Swannanoa Gathering down there, a lovely festival. And then we will go into two Irish tunes after that. The first one is called The Miller's Maggot, and the second one is a tune I learned growing up in Fairbanks called The Calliope House.
All right. Hope you enjoyed that.
I'm just going to tell them what just happened there.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there enjoying the shot. I was thinking like, wow, that lodge is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And Chris goes, 10 seconds. And I didn't have my violin, so I had to race and get it. All right, so we are nearing the end of the Concert for No One, Chapter 1. There is a Chapter 2 on October 18th, I believe.
Sounds right.
Is that right?
Yep.
It's another Sunday, whatever the Sunday is, around October 18th. And we'll have footage from other places that we visited in Alaska, and we're planning some more adventures actually before that.
Yep.
Might try to visit Seward or Valdez. And that's going to be on this YouTube channel again, not on Tune Supply, but you should go check out Tune Supply if you like this type of music. I know we have a lot of Tune Suppliers over on this channel, but if you're not familiar with it, you can go visit tune.supply or youtube.com/Tune Supply, and there's a ton of stuff. That's fancy.
Tune.supply.
Tune.supply. There you go. And you can also check out CaitlinWarbelow.com, even though it's like 1% finished. There's some links over there that you can
1%
visit.
of the information that you need. So
Yeah, which is more than zero, which is what there was for a few years when I didn't even have a website up at all. So you can go check that out. It does have the links to my CDs. So if you do want to hear some more and take the music with you, you can head over there and grab some CDs. My band is called Warbelow Range, and it's got some amazing players on it, including Dan Lowry, Kyle Santa, Alan Murray, and some guest artists, James Yoshizawa, we were just talking about James, and Matthias Kunzli, and Jason Cyber. Superstars.
Yeah.
So go check that out.
Bandcamp.
Oh, you have it on the screen. Wow. Amazing. Okay. And I'm sorry, you can't actually click on that. It doesn't. In fact, Diane said that if you click on it, it stops the video.
Yeah, because I think it just pauses the video. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you have to actually type that in. I put the links in the comments, but I'll do it again. And they're also down in the description of this video as well. There are upcoming Tune Supply events, lots of them. For the next many weeks, we're doing every Thursday, broadcasts live every Thursday on Tune Supply. So if you enjoy this awkwardness that we provide, I'm mostly the awkward one. Chris is pretty suave.
I'm quite awkward as well.
You can go grab more of it over on Tune Supply.
Yeah.
We're going to play one more set, so don't leave yet. But I'm just going through all my things I'm supposed to say here. Mailing list, sign up for the mailing list, because that's how we tell you about things that are happening in this weird time when we can't see each other. So the mailing list link is down there in the description as well. And I think that's it. Oh, thank you to Annie. Well, we can say thank yous later. Let's play a set of tunes,
okay,
and
great.
then we'll finish up. And there is a special surprise at the very end of this program that you might want to stick around for.
Yes.
Speaking of awkwardness. Okay, so our last set here is Real Beatrice, which is a Quebecois tune going into the mouth of the Tobique, a French-Canadian tune. So we're ending off with Canadian stuff, and these are two of our favorite super high energy tunes to play. Thank you for listening. Stick around afterwards for just a little bit more. Okay. almost fell off.
We made it.
He or she was dancing so much. That was fun. Okay, so thank you again for joining us on this Sunday afternoon, spending almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
We didn't really have a goal time for today, so we can't say we went over.
Right. We were ending exactly when we intended to.
Absolutely. So thanks for joining us, and if you are able to throw a few bucks into our contribution link, it feels so strange to say this. We've been saying it a lot over the last 6 months, and it feels strange every single time we do it, but if you enjoyed the concert and you want to put in, say, as much as you might have put into the box if you were in a pub or if you'd bought a ticket, there's the link right there. You got to type it in. Sorry, can't click on it.
It's in the description as well,
It is.
and it's been floating around in the comments.
Yep, and I'll put it over there one more time. And I think that's all my little announcements. Do you have any other things?
I don't think so. Thanks to everyone who has hosted us over the last few weeks. Let's see if I got them all. Annie Hopper at Black Rapids, and Neil Darish in McCarthy, and Donna Gates at Tonglen Lake, and Mike, I'm forgetting his last name.
Mark.
Fleener, right,
Yes.
at Sheep Mountain.
Sheep Mountain. And Brad Grossweiler.
Oh, and Brad, yeah, of course.
Kennecott River Lodge. And Brad actually plays the harmonica himself, and he did a little cameo on the Tune Supply session last week if you want to go check him out playing some harmonica. And I just want to say also a special thanks to Chris Capps, who is my other best friend who lives in Denali along with Donna Gates. Incredible. There's so many good things I could say about her, but Donna and Chris are just two lovely women. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
So thanks for sticking around, everyone. Hope you enjoyed.
See you on chapter 2 in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Have a good Sunday. Hi there. We are at the Black Rapids Lodge now on the Richardson Highway, mile 227, between Delta and Fairbanks. Sorry. Oh my God.
Start over.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hello there. We are at the Black Rapids Lodge on the Richardson Highway, mile 222, between Glen Allen. Oh my God.
Why don't you try it one more time?
Okay.
227 between Paxton and Delta.
Okay. All right. It's been a long day.